Hey, love bug. If you are in conflict with your mother or father because of how you were raised and the negative experiences that actually came from your mother and father, I need you to listen up. If you are a mother or if you're a father in conflict with your adult children because they keep trying to confront you about their negative experiences from their childhood and you don't want to deal with it because it's all in the past, this message is also for you. So let me speak first to my parents, okay? Mama, Daddy, we were not given a manual when we left the hospital on how to be a parent. To be honest, many of us are parenting from what we saw our mama and daddy did for us or to us growing up. Or we parented from the opposite direction, right? Like I did. But when we had these kids, we literally had to make it up along the way. And as we made it up along the way, we had to lay aside our needs and our wants for our children's needs and wants. This meant that some of us never addressed our own childhood trauma and childhood pain. And so on top of that, we were parenting from a broken place and thus shitted on our kids. Now, I don't mean no disrespect with that word, but it is what it is. We made some mistakes, bad parenting choices, and inflicted them with our trauma, punishing them out of spite, ruling with tyranny with one phrase. Because I said so. Now, look, it's okay. I got it. I understand. I have been there myself. You did the best you could with the information you had at the time. But now the adult children are trying to confront you about their childhood and you are dismissive and in denial or downright gaslighting them about what they went through. And now you don't want to deal with it? Well, I'm here to tell you, you got to own your shit. You have sinned against your kids. You have hurt your kids. You have infected your kids with your pain. And you have traumatized your kids with your own trauma. And then have the nerve to not want to talk about it. Oh, wow. We'll do anything for our kids, right? Except own our shit. Yeah. I mean, you've sinned against your kids. Listen, we all have. I have. We're all guilty. Sin means we missed the mark, and we missed it. We missed the cousin that molested her when she was 5 years old. And while that's not your fault, parent, we still missed it. And that just does something to us as parents because we're missing things. So what do you think it's doing to your 35-year-old daughter right now who's trying to reconcile it and you're in denial and being dismissive? You got to own that. Listen, I get it. We've hurt our children. They needed us. They needed us to show up. They needed us. They needed our presence. They needed us at the dance recital or the basketball game. And I know the kids said it was all right. It's okay, Daddy. It's all right, Mama. They said it. But deep down, they were not because it happened too many times. We got to own it. You infected them with your pain when you went through that divorce and you emotionally checked out and went into depression and left them to fend for themselves for a while. Yeah. Now, listen, I'm proud of you because you got back up and started parenting. I am so proud of you, but they remember that time. They're infected. Their infection of that time is imprinted on them to this very day as adults, and we got to own it. And lastly, your trauma impacted your kids. Some of us mentally, physically, emotionally abused our kids because we were also abused and we didn't know any other way. And that was how we was taught. And my daddy did it. Listen, don't beat yourself about it, but you got to own your shit. You know why? Because I had to own mine. Yeah, finally to the adult children who are attempting to confront their parents regarding how you were raised, my advice to you is stop. Because if they never own their shit, they could never acknowledge yours. You want to have that conversation with mom and dad because you are attempting to reconcile who you are now with your past experiences. And I get it, babe. You need answers because I needed answers. And I am so proud of you for wanting to confront your past and take that on. That takes courage and resilience. But I also want to encourage you. You may never get it. You're going to have to work it out with God and allow him to heal your heart through the word of God. And you're going to need to seek some therapy. Because I'm telling you, you may never get those answers. I didn't get my answers. I had to learn to forgive and set boundaries and then set my mind free so that I can speak my truth about my relationship with my mother and now my relationship with my daughter. I'm praying for your healing. I'm praying for your deliverance. I'm praying that you're made whole with this situation. I hope I was able to help somebody on the day.